Hello and welcome to my garden and the dinosaurs who live there. I'm indoors today, as you can see. It's raining outside, so this gives me an ideal opportunity to have a look at something that has been sent through to me by a company called INKBIRD. And INKBIRD contacted me a little while ago and asked if I'd be interested in reviewing what's in this box. It's actually two things. It's there's a sort of temperature, a thermostat temperature controller, and there's a humidity controller. And these, I believe, are used quite a lot in brewing and curing meats, raising reptiles, and a variety of uses anyway, but also where plants are concerned for controlling the environment that you grow your, germinate your seedlings and grow your plants. Now, we're a bit through the season, unfortunately, because it would have been great to have this right at the start when I was raising lots and lots of seedlings. But I still have some seeds I want to germinate, some flowers. And what I thought would be good is to have a look in here, just show you what comes with this. This is sort of new territory to me. And we'll have a look in here and then I'll set it up on, I've got a heated propagator, a little heated propagator that it's the only thing I've not packed away, and that doesn't have a thermostat on it. And we'll connect up the thermostat and just have a look at how it will work. The humidity controller, I'll probably have to have a look at that later, but both together are fantastic actually in an environment maybe where you've got a large domed propagator where you've got a fan for sort of blowing air out and easing the humidity, and you've got the heat pad for setting the temperature control. Or if you've got a grow tent, I know at least one of my YouTube friends has got a grow tent that they use, and this would be fantastic for the humidity side of the tent as well as the temperature control. But I'm going to start with the temperature controller anyway, and we'll see how that works, and I'll use that to help me get this batch of flower seeds on the go. Anyway, let me bring it a bit closer and show you what is in the box. Okay, it's all come nicely packaged in this little box. Let's just see what we have, and I haven't opened it, so excuse me. Righty tighty, there's two boxes in here. This is the temperature controller by the looks of it, and this is the humidity controller. So we'll pop this box to the side and let's have a look at the temperature controller. Let me in, that's it. There we go. Nice to see a user manual at the top. How complicated does it look? I have watched a video on this, so good old YouTube. So I believe it's quite simple to set up, even for a novice like me. So here we have the device. Okay, is that everything in the box? Yep. Pop that over here. Ooh. Okay. So there doesn't look like there's any putting together, which is great. So we have a power cable that plugs into the wall, or a power socket. We have this double cable, power, and that would be what you would use to plug your heat pad or heated propagator or whatever into. There's heating and cooling, so if you're using maybe a cooling fan as well, you would plug the cooling fan in there and the heat pad or whatever in here. So that's okay. Then we have the probe. I believe this probe is waterproof, which is just as well, because we're going to be plunking it in a pot of dirt, a pot of earth. I love these wee things, they're great for keeping cables out of the way. So I keep a hold of them. Right, so here's the probe. Nice and long. So this will come into the propagator, and we'll put that into the soil in one of the pots in the propagator, and this will be what determines the temperature. It's not the temperature we're looking for, the air around the pots, it's actually the temperature in the pots, because of course that's what is then that's the temperature that the seeds in the pot are going to utilise. So yeah, so this will go into a pot of compost or whatever in the propagator, and then yeah, the controller will do its stuff. Now as for setting up temperatures and whatever, let's just have a little look. Okay, so here's the controller, and you can see there's a set button, an up arrow, a down arrow, and there's a couple of displays there, and there's a heating light which is here and a cooling light which is there. So what I'll do is I will plug this in. Okay, I have plugged in the controller, so now I'm just going to switch that on. And we can see that we have a display on now. Now the temperature is set to Celsius, which is good. I'm sure you can change it to something else, but Celsius is usually what we use here in the UK. I'm just referring to the instructions. Okay, PV is a process value in run mode, and it displays the current temperature in, okay, so it's saying here that it is 19 degrees C at the moment, and the desired temperature, which is SV, what does that stand for? Set value. Okay, so the desired temperature is set to 25 degrees C at the moment. I wonder what would happen if I just hold on to this. I'm just going to hold on to the probe just for a couple of seconds and see if that temperature, yeah, you can see the temperature's going up. Can you see that? Because I'm holding the probe and it's making it warmer. Oh, and it's just clicked there, the light, the heating light has gone off, and so that's because we've got to the desired temperature, and we've gone above the desired temperature now. So the cooling light, see a little green light there? The cooling light has gone on now to cool it back down again. I'll just put that down now. So that's good. So that's in effect how it works. You set the temperature that you want, and if the actual temperature is lower than that, the heating light will come on and that will heat up. So that'll, in effect, it will turn on the heat pad until, if it's connected to a heat pad or a heated propagator. And then when that temperature is reached, it will turn off. But if the temperature drops again, it will kick back in again. Similarly, if the temperature gets too hot, then the cooling will come on, and assuming you had, let's say, a fan in your propagator connected to the cooling plug here, then if it got too hot, then the cooling fan would come on and it would cool down the propagator. So that seems really easy. Setting the controls probably isn't too hard. Let's just set parameters. Set for over 3 seconds. Make sure the upper window says TS. Temperature set. Select the parameter you want. Okay. Okay, just had a quick look at the instructions. So if I want to change the desired temperature, which is the bottom one in here, if I just hold set for a couple of seconds, 3 seconds I think. Okay, and we'll see that the bottom is flashing and the top says TS, and that's temperature set. So now, oh, let's try that again. So press set for a couple of seconds. The top says TS, that means temperature set. So now I can increase let's just say I want it at 28 instead of going all the way. Okay, so that's now set to 28. I can hold set again and that's done. So now my desired temperature is 28 degrees and I'll just hold on to the probe there, and the temperature then will go up until it reaches 28, and then the heating light will turn off. Hopefully I'll be able to get it to 28. Yep, we're nearly there. There, and the heating light has gone off. Cool. Okay, there's probably another few settings in there that I can set, maybe to change it from Celsius to Fahrenheit and so on, but I'm happy with the settings as they are. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just bring my little heated propagator in here, and I'll set that up, and then we can plonk this in and just see what it looks like in the actual setting that it's going to be used in. Okie dokie, so here's my little heated propagator. I've actually had this on where it normally sits, so there should be, it'll be interesting to see what the temperature actually is in here. But what I need to do to connect it to the controller is just get the plug. So this is the plug from here, this is the plug from there, and put it into the heating, okay, the heating socket here of the controller, and I can plonk that there. And let's have a look. All right, what we need to do, of course, is get the probe. Get the probe, and now, best way of getting this probe into this propagator, I could potentially just plug it in there. It does mean that I can't shut that quite completely, but that's okay. Okay, so I'm going to plonk that into the soil. There we go. Now obviously if there was several pots in here, you would just choose one of them because they're all sitting on the heat tray there. Okay, so the top, as you can see, I'll move that over a bit. Okay, so what's happening here is, at the moment, so I can see I'm wanting it to go to 28, but the temperature in there isn't 28 at the moment, so the heating aspect of it is on. So it's the controller is has turned the heat tray on, and that is now going to be heating the contents of the propagator till it gets to 28. Now, it's not obviously going to happen instantaneously, so I'm not going to sort of sit and watch that. But what I'll do is I'll pause the video and I will come back when it is at that temperature. Okay, the controller's got to 28, actually it's just dipped down. It got up to 28 there. and I just opened it up a little bit. So it's just dropped down a point, but it didn't take too long actually. It only took 10 minutes or so, and I guess it depends on the power of your heat mat or heater generally. So I'm really happy with this. I'm quite excited to get it organised. So what I'm going to do is I am going to put this where it will, it has been sitting around in the, I would call it the grow room. It's actually my office, and we've got an area in there that I use to germinate my seedlings and so on at the beginning of the season. So it's going to go in round into the office. I'll get, I think it's some verbascum seeds that I'm going to sow, and I will set this to the temperature that the verbascum seeds need to be at, and we will see how that goes. Before I finish up though, let me just show you the humidity controller as well. As I say, it's not something I'm going to use right now, but once I get the required setup, I will show you how the humidity controller works too. Okay, so here is the plug and play humidity controller. I suspect it's going to look very similar to the temperature controller, but let's just have a look. Fantastic instructions. And yeah, very similar setup indeed. So we have the plugs to plug your anti-humidity devices into. We've got the controller, looks very like this one, and this time we've got a little sensor rather than the probe. So I'm not going to, well, I'll just take that off and you can see. And again, the same setup, you can set the humidity and it will work its way to it. So I'm not going to go through this today. I will show you that another day when I have a system for setting and controlling the humidity, whether it be fans or whatever. But it looks like if it's working and if it works in the same fashion as the temperature control, then I think that will be fantastic. But watch this space and I will show you that in a future video. Okay, that's me for now. I'd just like to say thank you to INKBIRD for sending me this and letting me trial it for them and for you. I am going to have a link to the product and also a discount code. So have a look in the description of this video, and if you're interested in getting one of these, you will find a discount code there for you. So yeah, good luck with that. I'm sure you will find it really useful, as I am absolutely sure I am going to. So for now, that's me. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch up with you soon. If you've liked this video though, please give me a thumbs up, and I'll talk to you later. Bye bye for now.